The ongoing push for a special recall election in Whitehall continues, but tonight, two new developments to tell you about. I want to thank you for joining us for 10 TV News at 11, streaming on 10 TV Plus. I'm Jeff Hogan. Yolanda has the night off. A complaint has been filed for the Ohio Supreme Court to take a look at the efforts for that recall election. Tonight, elected officials in Franklin County are suggesting race may be a factor in this push. It all centers around the recall effort to push out Mayor Michael Bivens, Councilmember Amy Harkar, and Councilmember Lori Elmore. All of them are facing recall. Some residents have cited concerns about accountability and the use of tax dollars. We'll start with that complaint, though, filed today with the Ohio Supreme Court by former Whitehall City Attorney Michael Shannon. It argues the recall petitions did not have the required number of valid signatures needed to trigger that recall attempt. Here are the numbers used to calculate the recall effort using the 2,827 votes for Mayor Bivens, who ran unopposed. The Whitehall City Charter states in order to initiate a recall, the sponsors must secure signatures representing 15% of the number of voters, which is 425. The group collected 444 signatures for the petition targeting Bivens and 447 for the petition targeting Elmore and Harkar. According to the complaint, the number that should have been used as a starting point was the 3,913 total voters who participated in the 2023 election. 15% of that total would be 587 signatures, and the recall should not have been triggered. I reached out to the Whitehall City Attorney tonight. They have said they have received the complaint but will not comment while the matter is pending before the Ohio Supreme Court. Michael Shannon was at a fundraiser tonight showing support for Mayor Bivens, an event that included Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther. 10 TV's Libby Cathy was at that fundraiser and is outside the Ohio Supreme Court for us tonight. And Libby, I know you asked Michael Shannon directly about this complaint. What was his response?
I did, Jeff, and Shannon simply said no comment, that he would let this complaint here speak for itself. But I did ask other elected officials there about this recall effort, specifically about this debate whether race is playing any role, something supporters of the recall strongly deny, saying this is about transparency and accountability. Tonight, outside a fundraiser for Whitehall Mayor Michael Bivens, elected officials in Franklin County saying race could be a factor in the looming recall election.
That can't be ignored, that race has played a part in the attacks that Mayor Bivens has gotten. He is the first Black elected mayor, and the things that have been spewed in person in meetings, I've been at meetings or online, have been hateful and have been racial undertones.
I don't know the folks that are the ones who created the recall movement. I don't know them personally, but it sure seems that way.
Supporters of Bivens raising the issue at Tuesday's council meeting.
There is racism in Whitehall, and I believe that is what is fueling this recall.
The Fraternal Order of Police, which has given resources to back the recall, strongly rejecting that label.
I have not seen or heard any racism. I can tell you the FOP does not condone racism in any form. We would absolutely never back an organization.
As do residents supporting the recall.
I'm a citizen of 61 years. I have watched our city go downhill.
This woman, protesting outside Bivens' fundraiser, says she was hesitant to speak on camera because of those allegations.
After the sun goes down, I don't trust the people in Whitehall, especially if every one of them are calling me a racist. Am I scared to go out? I absolutely am.
Is this recall fueled by racism?
No, it's not. It's because we have an unfair mayor.
On Tuesday, Councilmember Brian McCann also pushing back.
What I think is a shame is being called a racist with nothing to substantiate it, except that you think some don't fall in line with your way of thinking or your ideas.
While member Lori Elmore says she's cautious using that word.
But what I will say is that it's ironic that it's the mayor, that it's me, and that it is Amy. If you look at our history and you look at the things that we've done and you look at us, one would say, that might be the case.
Now, council has still not set a date for this recall election next month, which they're required to do so by the city charter. So we'll be watching this complaint as well to see how this changes the recall effort. Reporting live outside the Ohio Supreme Court, Libby Cathy, 10 TV News.
Libby, thanks for that reporting. This is a story 10 TV has been on right from the beginning, and you can get some more information on these ongoing recall efforts by going to 10tv.com or just download the 10 TV app.